Hi, this is Nik the Booksmith. Welcome back, welcome back. Should we work on a Lapbook today? I think we should. What I thought I would do is start working on this side. And I wanted to measure how much room I have in here comfortably. And I would say up to 120 millimeters wide by maybe 200 at the most, or 5 by 8. That's at the most. I don't want to go that big, but that's at the most. I will probably line the back of this with this tea-stained paper at some point. And then this side will get lined with something else. But I will show you what it is that I want to put inside there. I'll be starting with some of these file folders, of course, that I have everywhere. All right, I'm going to score at 3 tick marks, and that's 3/8. And then again here at 7/8. And I'm going to cut that into 1 3/4 inch strip. On this side, I'm going to score at the 1/2 inch mark and then at the 4.5 inch mark. And I'll do that on this one as well. Between those two lengthwise score lines, I'm going to put some tape because it's going to be a lot less messy than glue. And you guys know how I love this tape. And I'm going to do both of them, of course. And you can see that these long score lines are at one end of this strip. I scored 3 tick marks in, so 3/8 of an inch in, and then 7/8 inch in, and then I cut the strip off past that. And at those two score lines that I did going the other direction, I'm going to cut around those and make some little notches because we're going to be folding these strips, and that bottom section is going to be like a flap that folds up. I'll show you here in a second. Hopefully it'll make more sense here in a second. And one more right here. So now I take the backing off the tape, maybe, and then I fold at that first long score line, and I fold that down onto the tape. And this kind of just doubles over the end, and it'll make it thicker and a little more sturdy. And I'll do it on this one as well. Take the backing off and fold it over. There we go. Now I can fold them at these other score lines. And that end becomes like a little tab. Then I'm going to fold on the other score line, and these are going to be like the bottom flaps. I'm going to put tape here on these end little flaps, and then that way it should hopefully hold everything together. Let's hope. So another piece on this one. How's everybody doing today? Is everybody doing okay? It is cold today. It is -1 right now, and that's warmer than it was. It's awful. Okay, I'm going to fold these, and I'm trying to figure out where I should put the other piece of tape because these little flaps have to stick together, which I'll show you again here in a second. And I should probably put tape on the end as well. And this one too. Now if I take this backing off, hopefully, I want to take all the backing off and try to put this together, and hopefully it won't like stick together the way I don't want it to stick together before I get it like finagled. Let's see. So fold these flaps down, and it needs to be kind of a right angle because it's going to be like the bottom of a box or tray, kind of. There we go. And now I gotta fold, I gotta put these together so the tab on one will stick to the end of the other one. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the tab on the tab, the bottom tab on the tab, because it's kind of in the way. I'll cut both of these off and get these out of the way because I don't need them. Now, if I fold this one at a 90-degree angle and stick that down, and then fold this tab in. Now, I don't think it really matters where the tabs get folded, but you know. And then stick that down. Hopefully that will, yay, it's a tray. All right, now I'm going to make a bottom for this tray or box, and I'll use the rest of this folder. Throw some tape on the bottom. Again, because glue is going to be a little messy, so I think I'll pass on the glue at the moment. I just need to put the tape where those bottom flaps are already creating kind of a bottom of the box or tray. I mean, it looks like a tray right now. When it gets a lid, it'll be a box. Guess that's the definition, the difference. Some more tape. Cut it off. Now I can slap this bottom into my little makeshift box. There we go. Okay, I need another folder. Take out these metal things because I don't need them. And I need to cut off this bulky end because it's just in the way. I'll just cut off a nice chunk. Now I'm trying to figure out how big I want the lid. The lid. I'll score at a 1/2 inch here. And at about 8 inches, I guess. That should fit around the edge. And if I cut a 1/2 inch past that, then that should work. Should work. I'll score another 1/2 inch at the front, and then this should fold around the front of the box. So I'll fold that. Ta-da! So see, it fit. As you can tell, I lost a clip in there, so that's why there's going to be a template, because I don't know what happened. I don't know if I forgot to turn on the camera. I don't know if it was just corrupted and didn't end up recording. Your guess is as good as mine. So, but I ended up cutting this little box about 1/2 inch bigger all the way around. and then another 1/2 inch past that, and I folded the edges over so that the front and sides of the lid would be like double strength. Except for the little tab part. The tab part is just a single layer. Again, this is why there's a template. Because you're probably looking at this going, I have no idea what just happened. And you would not be wrong. I don't even know what happened. This was flying by the seat of my little box pants. But it worked. Look at that. Like a charm. Like a box charm. And this piece of old measuring tape I thought would be cool to make a loop and then attach to the front of the lid for a little, like, a handle, you know. I'll just staple this puppy on. I don't think glue would work. I don't think it would hold it. So, stapling it is. It looks rustic anyway, right? Yay! Just got some distress ink. I thought I would take just this cup. It's about the right size. And use it to distress this paper. Oops. And use it to distress this paper. I've done a few. I don't know which one I'm going to be printing what I'm printing on it, but it's an easy way to make like coffee cup rings. But if you don't have distress ink, you can use regular ink, like walnut ink, if you do calligraphy. You can even use like a paint wash, like some dark brown paint with some water added. It gives a little bit different of an effect, but it's something to play around with at least. And then with what I have in here, just use a paintbrush and just sprinkle a few drips and then a few bigger splatters. And then you just let it dry. Sometimes I'll take a paper towel. Get this out of the way just in case I don't want to mess up what I just did. But sometimes I'll take a paper towel and to some of the drips, I will just carefully dab off the excess. And it makes a little bit different of an effect. It makes it a little bit lighter. So some of them will be lighter and some of them will be darker. There, I think that looks pretty good. And then I printed a list on some of the paper that I did that very thing to. It's a mystery list. You'll find out what that's for in the next video. But again, I'm just going to slap some double-sided tape on the back of this mystery list. I didn't want to warp the lid of the box, so it's definitely tape time. And after I remove this backing, and I can kind of somewhat center it on the lid, and there. As far as the inside of the box, I think I'm going to line it with some of this tea-stained dictionary paper pages. And it's not wide enough, so I'll have to put in one piece and then make a strip and finish it off. I'll fold that down there to kind of make that, and then I'll cut it off, and that should fit pretty well. And then here's a little strip I can add to it. And I didn't want to use tape because I thought tape would be a little bulky. So out comes the Yoo-hoo stick. Always time for Yoo-hoo. It does actually stick really well. Better than most glue sticks, in my experience. Not even sponsored. Try to get out all the wrinkles and bubbles and creases as much as possible. Or leave them in. Maybe they'll look great. But here's a little strip that can go next to it. And slap some glue on the back of that. And we can fit that in next to this other piece. And that way the whole bottom of the box will be lined and look pretty snazzy. Look at that snaz. That is the mystery box. What's going to go in the mystery box? Oh, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. I hope everybody is having an excellent week, and I will see you all really, really soon in the next video. Bye guys.